Hello everyone, great to see you back on the Windsor family. Here, we bring you breaking news, fascinating stories, and little-known mysteries of the royal family. Make sure to like this video and subscribe so you won't miss any updates. In a development that has astonished even the most seasoned royal observers, Prince Harry is said to have made a rare and solemn pledge to his father, King Charles, before flying back to California to reunite with Meghan Markle and their children. A promise of silence that insiders describe as nothing less than pivotal in the fragile process of repairing a fractured bond that has endured years of strain and mistrust. For behind the closed doors of Clarence House, where father and son held their first private audience in 19 months, the two men spoke for nearly 50 minutes, a strikingly longer exchange than the brief 15-minute conversation that followed the king's cancer diagnosis earlier this year. And according to palace sources, the atmosphere, while devoid of embraces or tears, was charged with calm respect and an unspoken recognition that something vital was at stake. Harry allegedly assuring his father that he would not divulge a single detail to the press, that his team had been instructed not to feed whispers to journalists, that this conversation would remain inviolably between them, a gesture of discretion that marked a sharp departure from the path he had so often chosen since stepping back from royal duties in 2020, when the publication of Spare cast Charles as distant and unfeeling, when the seismic Oprah interview accused the institution of neglect and prejudice, when the Sussexes' Netflix docuseries reignited divisions that seemed beyond repair. And yet this time, Harry appeared determined to chart a new course, offering his father something Charles values above all else: loyalty and privacy, qualities that have so often been tested in the turbulent years since Montecito became home, qualities the king, now 76, longs to see restored in a son whose candor once wounded him deeply. So when Harry emerged only hours later at an Invictus Games event, and when pressed, offered nothing more than the word "wonderful" to describe his father, commentators took note, reading restraint not as indifference but as intention, as the subtle sign of a truce that could, in time, lead to reconciliation. For Charles, who has endured decades of leaks, betrayals, and bitter recriminations, this was no small comfort but an act of healing, however modest. And though the future of their relationship remains uncertain, insiders suggest that the encounter may have planted the first seeds of a reunion not only between father and son, but between king and grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet, whom Charles has scarcely known, their absence a quiet sorrow in his reign, with speculation now turning to whispers that Harry might bring his children to Britain in 2026, though it is unclear whether Meghan will accompany them, and yet even such conjecture underscores the delicate hope that lingers after this meeting, a sense that if silence holds, if wounds are not reopened by public accusation, then perhaps a new chapter might be written, one where dignity tempers division, where the monarchy rediscovers in private bonds the strength it seeks to project in public, and as Clarence House once again falls silent, its walls bear witness to the tentative beginning of a story still unfolding, a fragile ceasefire between a father and a son.